Hey you guys, welcome to She Black and She Hungry, and I don't think I've ever actually introduced myself. So my name is Chelsea. As you can see, I'm black and it's Saturday morning. I'm about to make breakfast, so I'm also hungry. I have an idea for a recipe that involves a couple of different things, mostly like rice, squash, some vegetables, and I don't know how to describe it. I'm 100% making it up as I go along, but since it's Saturday and I have time to record and these videos are 100% sporadic and based on my feelings, I figured I'd take you guys along for the ride. So let's get into this. All right, you guys, so I know some of you have cast iron skillets at home and I'm going to be using mine to cook this morning. So if you have one and you're kind of new to it, something that you should be aware of that's going to make your cooking a lot easier. So when you see people cooking eggs and stuff in their cast iron skillet, it's because it's seasoned, and basically what that means is like it's not gonna stick. It's not gonna stick. So what you need to do, and when I say need, take that lightly, do whatever you want to do, but turn your stove on to low, like low to lowest setting that it can go. I've already added some oil to this. You need to add a vegetable oil, avocado oil, olive oil, something like that. Canola oil if you have it, whatever. Just add some oil, whatever you're gonna cook with. I usually just take a paper towel and I just run it around the sides where I'm going to be cooking, where I don't want things to stick. And basically, I don't know the science behind it. I can't explain to you why it works, but all you need to know is that cast iron skillets absorb oil. And when it's coated like this and you heat it up before you cook with it, this helps everything to not stick and to come out cleanly so that you can continue using your cast iron skillet. And you want the oil to bake into it. That's the whole purpose of having one in the first place. So this is how I do it. And also keep in mind that if you're using a cast iron skillet and you're not used to it, if you do not have a rubber handle over here, this handle is going to get hot. So make sure you don't hurt yourself. Okay, great. And before I forget, we're just going to leave this on low to heat up evenly so that when we turn the heat up later to actually put our food in it, it's going to be nice, hot, and already evenly heated. And the oil will be baked into it. It will be good to go.
So the first thing I'm going to do is cut up half of a yellow squash that I had left over in the fridge and a white onion.
All right, you guys. So squash is all cut up. I have some olive oil here, and all I'm going to do is drizzle some olive oil over it so that they're already coated and don't stick to our cast iron skillet when we put it in there. And I'm going to go ahead and season this with salt, pepper, and paprika because we layer our seasonings.
Alright you guys, so first thing we're going to do is to make sure that our pan is hot. I went ahead and set it to a temperature level of 5, just medium, and then I checked the oil. I added a little bit more avocado oil to the pan, and you can tell that it's ready because the oil moves really easily. So now that our pan is hot, we're going to go ahead and add our veggies and get to work. So the first thing that we're going to do is add our onion to the pan, and we are going to go ahead and just stir those up, get them coated in oil, and let them simmer down. Then we're adding in some minced garlic. I have some from a jar. I mean, if you want to mince it yourself, go ahead, but it's completely up to you. But we're going to go ahead and mix that in with our onions and let them cook down and simmer and get nice and fragrant. After that, we are going to go ahead and add a little bit more seasoning because, like I said, we layer our seasonings. So I'm just adding a little bit of salt and a little bit of lemon pepper to the onions. After that, we are going to go ahead and add in our squash, which is already seasoned, and we are going to mix those up, get them coated, and go ahead and let them cook down. After that, we're going to go ahead and add a tablespoon of cornstarch, and this is just going to make sure that when we add our sauce, it's nice and thick and creamy. Then I'm going to go ahead and add in a can of mushrooms. If you want to use fresh mushrooms, that's your call, but this is what I had. And then I'm going to, again, layer my seasonings. So a little bit more salt, a little bit more lemon pepper, but not a lot, just enough to account for the fresh ingredients I'm adding to the pan. After that, we are going to go ahead and add a stick of salted butter. Mine is melted down because it was frozen, so I had to throw it in the microwave. But After that, we are going to go ahead and add a half can of evaporated milk. I had some open from another recipe that I did, so I just used the last of it. But once those are added, we are just going to go ahead and mix everything together and add a little bit more salt, add a little bit more lemon pepper. I think you guys know where I'm going with this at this point. And we're going to mix everything together and let it melt. After that, we are going to go ahead and add some spinach because I am an anemic girly and I need dark greens in all of my food. So we're going to add the spinach in batches so that it can cook down.
How's it smelling in here? Okay.
I ended up adding about 3 batches of spinach. That seemed the right amount for this recipe, but if you're making more or less, feel free to adjust to your own tastes. But that is it for this recipe. After that, I just let it simmer and then I pulled it off the heat. I am who I am, so I decided to make a fried egg to go with this. I have some rice in the rice cooker that's off screen. So basically, I'm just going to add the squash to the rice, top it with a fried egg, and that is breakfast. So this is the final result. Hopefully you guys found this enjoyable. If you did, click the like button, subscribe, do all that fun stuff, and I will see you in the next recipe. Thanks for watching. Bye.